What is up, Pokemon Go family? It is your boy, the Ghoul Guy, back at you guys yet again with another video. And today, as you can see from the thumbnail, we are bringing back the Tripple Croc team. Yes, you have heard it here. We literally have the Tripple Croc team. Now, I've already featured this team prior, I want to say, when I first started my channel. And essentially, we're just going to try it again in this new meta. Now, there's a lot of ghost types, essentially, that have rised up the ranks. So essentially, we have Crocodile, which is pretty much one of the most non-meta Pokemon within the Ultra League right now. I believe it's rank 300 something in the Ultra League right now, so it's very bad for the Ultra League, but paired together with its Croc brethren Feraligatr as well as Skeledirge, it makes for an amazing actually match, like an amazing synergy within the team space. But anyway, without further ado, let's showcase the stats of everything like that before we actually get into the battles. Now, this also is a team that I just used to reach Ace during this season. Yes, we are finally at Ace. Basically, we are trying to get to Veteran, and we are going to try to get to Expert. Expert is essentially where we are trying to go this season, just because the simple fact is we hit Veteran last season. We are gradually making our way up, and eventually, potentially, at some point, hitting Legend. Now, I don't want to push myself getting to Legend this season, but if it happens like that, but I'm not making any promises, not even to get Expert, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, without further ado, let's talk about the teams, now, the team itself. So we got Feraligatr. I have so many freaking Feraligatrs. We got Ultra League Feraligatr here, essentially with Shadow Claw, Hydro Cannon, as well as Ice Beam. The IVs, it's a 96%. Of course, not the best PvP IVs whatsoever, but this is the Feraligatr we used in this video. Now, I do have, of course, you know, other Feraligatrs that are better in terms of PvP. Like, of course, you got this one right here, but this is the one we use in the actual video, and 96% here. Of course, you want those better PvP IVs. But yes, we got Shadow Claw, Hydro Cannon, and Ice Beam. Really good coverage there. And then as well, we have the Crocodile. We got Mud Slap, Brick Break, and Crunch. IVs are not the best, of course, with that one. Hatched it from an egg. Pretty much you don't really have that many options in terms of Crocodile, and I don't really do that many trades. This is the IVs that I have for this Shiny Crocodile, which Shiny Crocodile always looks freaking amazing. Dope. But yes, we got the Mud Slap, Brick Break, and the Crunch. Now, PvPoke does suggest to use Earthquake instead of Brick Break. We are going to be using Brick Break in this video here, just because Brick Break, it's quicker to get to, and as well as it debuffs the opponent's defense, which is very nice because Mud Slap is already a very hard-hitting quick move, so it just matches up pretty well. And as well, you know, of course, with other dark types, we also will have something to cover ourselves as well. So, and then last but not least, we also have our Skeledirge. Almost forgot the Skeledirge here. Skeledirge with this new community day. Well, not the community day. Well, since the community day came out, you were able to actually get Torch Song within the Skeledirge, on the Skeledirge as a charge move, which we do have it here. We have our rank 17 Skeledirge here, which is very nice. Very good PvP IVs with Incinerate, Torch Song, and as well as Shadow Ball. And Skeledirge basically is like almost top 10, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe even top 20 within the Ultra League, which is also amazing. So anyways, we got the Feraligatr, we got the Skeledirge, and we have the Crocodile. Let's get into the battles. Let's go. And sorry if I come off a little flustered when going into these battles. This is kind of like my second or third time kind of recording this due to some audio issues, some audio glitches. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what was going on with my camera, but I believe I have fixed it, and we are here today to get it started, okay? Sorry for the delay. This video probably would have been out like literally 2 days ago if it wasn't for that. But anyway, we got Skeledirge versus Pelipper. Now, of course, this is not the matchup we need. We're going to be switching over to the Feraligatr. Now, we're going to build up some charge move energy here. I'm just going to bait with the Hydro Cannon. Hopefully, they end up shielding, thinking it's an Ice Beam. But let's see what they end up doing here. and they end up taking the Hydro Cannon. I was not expecting it. Well, I guess I should have expected that because it is a water type as well, and we are non-shadow, so maybe it was just thinking, oh, okay, it's just going to be able to tank it. But without further ado, we do get to an Ice Beam at least. Going to be throwing the Ice Beam here. I don't know if they thought this was just another Hydro Cannon. I'm not sure. But we end up taking it out with the Ice Beam, which is very nice. They end up switching into a Runerigus. We do get to a Hydro Cannon. We are going to be able to at least take a whole bunch of health off on this Runerigus, or we're going to be able to get a shield, and we do. We do end up getting a shield, which is very nice. Let's see if we can get to another Hydro Cannon. Unfortunately, we cannot, and we are going to be just letting the Feraligatr go. Feraligatr already did what it needed to do with the Pelipper. And yeah, it's basically time to let it go. We switch into the Crocodile, which is very nice. Crocodile is going to be able to negate the Shadow Claws, which is very nice since it is a dark type. And Mudslap doing a decent amount of damage to the Runerigus, which is very nice. And they switch into a Golurk. This is a double ghost team, which is awesome actually. Love to see the ghost teams out there. We get Crunch off, and Crunch basically guarantees us a shield. I believe this is their last shield here. We are going to be able to get to a Shadow Ball. Let's see if we can end up using the Shadow Ball. We still have one more shield left. We're going to shield yeah, we're just going to shield the Shadow Punch here. Let's see if we can get the Shadow Ball off, and unfortunately we cannot. Oh my goodness. They get CMP tie, or say CMP tie? I think that's what they say. Anyway, they get to their charge move before we were able to get off the Shadow Ball, which is very unfortunate. But they do not have any more charge move energy, and we are able to Mud Slap the rest of the Golurk down. Can we take out the Runerigus in the back with this Crunch? Will this Crunch end up taking out? It is a stab Crunch on a Runerigus. How bulky is a Runerigus? Not that bulky, because it is going to be taken out by the Crunch. Crocodile basically coming in clutch at the very end of the battle. Let's go. Who said this Pokemon wasn't meta? PV Poke apparently, but we're gonna discount that, and we are still using the Triple Croc team no matter what. I believe, I mean, if anything, Crocodile, I think, actually went higher in rank. I think last time I actually used this team, if I'm not mistaken, I think, like, Crocodile was in, like, the 500s. So this is actually better than what it normally would be, anyway. But anyway, going into the next match, we have Ampharos. Oh my god. Ampharos. I can never pronounce this Pokemon's name. We got Ampharos versus Skeledirge. Now, Ampharos is going to have Brutal Swing, so it is going to be taking super effective damage, but we are not going to be shielding here. We definitely should be able to take the Brutal Swing, because Brutal Swing is not the strongest of move. We are going to bait with the Torch Song, and let's see if we can get a shield. Can we get the shield? Please let us get the shield, and we do get the shield, which is very nice. We are going to be able to get to another Torch Song. Can we get it off? Unfortunately, we cannot. So we're going to have to use a shield, which is fine. And they hit us with another Brutal Swing. Now, I'm going to use another Torch Song. Let's see if they let it go. If they let it go, this is already a boosted Torch Song. They should be KOing this Pokemon. Let's see what happens. They end up using their last shield, which is fine with me. We do get their last shield gone, and they do use their last bit of energy on the Skeledirge, which is nice. So basically, when we switch into our Crocodile, which basically Mud Slaps are going to do a tremendous amount of damage against this electric type. Essentially, they are bone dry in terms of energy. They switch into a Guzzlord, and this is where Brick Break comes in handy. Brick Break is going to be coming through, basically doing a defense drop regardless if he shields or not. They do not shield, doing a good amount of damage. Not, obviously not the best amount of damage, but we are doing a decent amount of damage. And since they do have the defense drop, Mud Slap does still do a good amount of damage, which is nice. Dragon Claw coming through, not going to do that much damage to the Crocodile. They end up switching into a Cresselia. I haven't seen Cresselia in a while. Cresselia going to be hit with a Crunch. Crunch is going to do super effective damage to this Cresselia, which is going to be very nice. Basically, we end up switching out into the Feraligatr here. For Alligator, of course, can take a Grass Knot from a non-stab Cresselia, no problem, especially since it's non-shadow, but we are going to use the first shield here just so we can get to that Hydro Cannon and see if we can take out a little bit more of the Cresselia's health here. Let's see if we can. Hydro Cannon going to be coming through, doing a decent amount of damage. Let's see if we can finish it off, see if we can Shadow Claw the rest of the way down. They do get to the Grass Knot, and as I said, this is a non-stab Cresselia using a Grass Knot. So yeah, it's basically, it takes us to the yellow, but it's not going to take us out completely. We are going to be able to get to the Ice Beam after we did the Cresselia farm down, and this should be KOing the Guzzlord, and it does. It KOs the Guzzlord, and they switch back into the Cresselia, basically Shadow Claw down, and for Alligator, showing why it is literally the king of Great and Ultra League, doing the dang thing at the very end of this match. GG's to my opponent. I almost went to Scroll Cup. I don't know why in this video. I almost went to Scroll Cup. I'm so used to going to Scroll Cup, or like Great League anyway. I rarely ever really play Ultra League. What's crazy, I played a lot more Ultra League than I did Great League when I first started playing, which is kind of crazy because you would think you would, you know, start off in Great League. But anyway, we got Skeledirge versus the Dragonite. Now, of course, Incinerate's not going to do that much damage to the Dragonite, which is very unfortunate, but we can bait with the Torch Song, and we should be able to let a move go. Dragon Claw is definitely going to do a decent amount of damage, but is not going to KO us. We are going to be using a Torch Song, basically boosting our Incinerate, but this is mainly just used as a bait move, so we're not going to hit any bubbles. That is fine. Basically getting the shield there, which is very nice. So we are going to be able to shield when Dragonite gets to its charge moves here, which is A-okay with me. Dragon Claw. I probably could have just let the Dragon Claw go, but at the same time, I wanted the Feraligatr to be healthy just in case whatever we have in the back. Let's see what happens here. We end up Dragon Claw the rest of the Dragonite down, which is very nice. Gaining some energy, and then they bring in a Drapion. Drapion's going to be hit with the Hydro Cannon. Now, this is a non-shadow Feraligatr and a non-shadow Drapion, so essentially not going to do as much damage as it typically would, which is fine. Because even if they end up taking us out here, we do have the Crocodile in the back. And as I said, Crocodile with Mud Slap is going to do tremendous against this this poison user here. I tried to get to the Hydro Cannon. Unfortunately, I could not. But that is fine. We switch into the Crocodile. As it is a ground type, Poison Sting is not going to do that much damage to me, and Mud Slap's doing a tremendous amount of damage. We're going to use our last shield here just in case for the Aqua Tail. It is a non-stab Aqua Tail. I could have definitely took it, but here we go. How spammy Drapion is, gets to another Aqua Tail. Very unfortunate, but we are going to be able to tank it. Taking us to half. Let's see what they have in the back. They have a freaking Sand Slash in the back. This is perfect for me. So we are going to be able to get the Brick Break. Brick Break, going to be lowering their defense, yeah, they're going to, no matter if they shield or not, going to lower their defense, which is very nice, and we get to a second Brick Break. This is the beauty of having such a quick to get to charge move as Brick Break. As Brick Break doing a whole bunch of damage to him, we switch into the Skeledirge, and Skeledirge ends up incinerating, sniping the Sand Slash. Look at Skeledirge, man, showing how, showing itself at the very end there, even with a bad lead that we had there. That was awesome. But yes, as of so far, out of like the 3 matches we just had, like each Croc has showed the importance of what, like of who they are in this league. Okay, you cannot say anything about these Triple Crocs, man. Okay, these Crocs are doing the dang thing. All right. But anyway, going into the next match, we have Florges versus our Skeledirge. This is where we want to see Florges against our Skeledirge here, because of course fairy moves are not going to be taking, like, basically Skeledirge is not going to take any damage from the fairy moves. They switch into a Feraligatr. We're going to be throwing a Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball, we are not going to bait here. Basically going to do a whole bunch of damage to the Shadow Feraligatr, which is going to be very nice. We're going to switch into our own Feraligatr. It is a non-Shadow Feraligatr, but they are Shadow, so essentially Hydro Cannons are doing a decent amount, or going to do a decent amount of damage, but we are still non-effective, so this is fine with me. Basically what we're going to do, we're just going to try to farm down the Feraligatr here, come out with some energy. I should be able to take one more Hydro Cannon, which I do. Look at that. And let's see what they bring in. They bring in Registeel. We have 2 Hydro Cannons built up. Now, of course, not going to do a tremendous amount of damage, but we do a good amount of chip damage. So basically, we're going to be throwing 2 Hydro Cannons here, and we do have the Skeledirge and as well as the Crocodile in the back. That's definitely going to be able to take out this Registeel here. I don't want to bring out the Skeledirge because we definitely need it for the Florges here. We're just going to let the Feraligatr go. So we bring in the Crocodile for the Registeel, because yeah, we definitely do not want the Crocodile against the Florges. They hit us with the Focus Blast. Of course, we're going to use a shield. Oh, I tried to switch out, but unfortunately, they already had their charge move. So we're going to have to use our last shield, which is very unfortunate. They try to hit us with a Trailblaze. That would have been deadly. Even though it's non-stab, I mean, essentially, Crocodile does not have that much of a defense stat to take that Trailblaze. That definitely would have took us out. We are going to be able to get to the Torch Song. Torch Song coming through, basically getting shielded. Now, let's see what move they have here. They are boosted with the Trailblaze, so Moonblast coming through. Basically, even though it's non-effective, that boosted Moonblast did a whole bunch of damage to me, which is very unfortunate. We are going to be throwing a whole nother Torch Song here. Let's see if they... I believe they have one more shield. Does this shield? Yes, they do end up shielding here. And then they switch into the Registeel. Now, right here, I was kind of thinking in my head, I probably could have farmed down this Registeel, but I did not want to chance it. So I ended up just basically using the charge move there just in case, because I didn't want the I did not want the Registeel to take out my Skeledirge here. And looks like it actually worked out in my advantage, because I was able to actually bring in the Crocodile without them using their charge move, which is nice. They used it on the Skeledirge, and we disrespect them basically by not hitting any bubbles on a Brick Break. That was a Brick Break taking out a Florges from a Crocodile, bro. That was insane. But we ended up winning that game, and yeah, that was a really good game. Probably one of the only ones that actually gave me a good lead. But yeah, we ended up winning that one. That was awesome. Let's see what they come in with next. All right, next opponent. I like the book bag. I like the hat. All Bulbasaur. We got Skeledirge versus Greedent. Now, with Greedent, of course, the quick move is going to do a decent amount of damage. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they have Crunch, Trailblaze, Body Slam. I don't know what other moves they have, but those are the main moves. Let's see what it ends up using. It uses a Crunch. Crunch is doing a decent amount of damage, basically taking me half health, which is very unfortunate. We do get to the Torch Song. Torch Song basically gonna do not that much damage to the Greedent. Unfortunately, Greedent is just such a bulky Pokemon. Basically, we're just gonna use a shield here, just because Crunch is definitely gonna be KOing me. And we want to be able to get off this next Torch Song. But they end up switching into a Giratina, and Giratina ends up taking this freaking Torch Song. Torch Song not going to do that much damage. Of course, very much non-effective. But we have the Crocodile in the back. This is the importance of this Crocodile, okay? Crocodile, non-meta, but it's able to take out majority of the meta. Basically, Crocodile is the perfect anti-meta Pokemon. Like, it's insane, right? So basically, we're just going to get to the Crunch. Crunch coming through. It's Stab, Crunch, so it should be doing a whole bunch of damage to this Giratina, unless they end up shielding. And look at that, doing a whole bunch of damage, which is insane. Yeah, they're gonna hit us with another charge move. They pretty much only have Dragon Claw. That's not going to do that much damage. Well, it's not going to like KO me anyway. And then they switch into a fairy type, which is Clefable here. We're going to be throwing a Brick Break just to lower their defenses. Might as well while we're still here. And we still have the Skeledirge in the back, so that's going to be very nice. Now, the Skeledirge, of course, doesn't have that much... it does not, unfortunately, have that much health, so we are going to be having to shield here, which is very unfortunate. Moonblast coming through, and yeah, we basically end up shielding that. We have a Torch Song. Let's see if they end up shielding this Torch Song. If they let it go, I probably have a chance of actually winning. Oh, there we go. They don't, and then they switch back into their Greedent. Now, I was afraid about this switch just because Greedent could have Trailblaze. Now, I believe since it is a non-shadow, yeah, it's non-shadow for Alligator, I definitely should be able to tank it regardless. But I was just very cautious if that was going to be a Trailblaze, which it wasn't. It was a Body Slam, and we are going to be able to take the Greedent out with the Hydro Cannon. Now, Clefable, we are going to try to get to the Hydro Cannon. Can we get to there before they get to the charge move? And we do. We do get there before they get to the charge move. Hydro Cannon coming through, and they should be able to KO the Clefable. There we go. There we go. But yeah, as you can see already from this team synergy, it just works out phenomenally. Okay, so that was our last match. That was actually a 5-0, which was amazing. We got a Spoink here. Definitely need an Ultra League Spoink. Definitely want an Ultra League Sprig. I forgot what the actual evolved form of Spoink is, but pretty much top meta right now. And this is our ace rank. Let's go. Finally getting to ace rank here with one of my favorite teams in the Ultra League. Love to see it. But anyway, that is the end of the video. Definitely let me know what you guys think of the team down below. The Triple Croc team is back, baby, back in the Ultra League. Let's get it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the team down below, and what are you guys running in the Ultra League? Definitely let me know down below. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel as it helps the channel grow, and I'll see you guys in the next one, all right? Peace out.